Well, hello, everyone. We are back out here in Berea getting ready for the Browns' third preseason game in Tampa Bay Saturday night. The news today was that Mike Pettin basically shut down Johnny Manziel for sure in Tampa Bay and 99% sure in Chicago. So he's done for the preseason.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of what we expected because of this short turnaround. And to be honest with you, I agree with you. There probably wasn't going to be a chance that he was going to play anyway. I think at this point, because it's flared up a couple times, I think the Browns know they've got to give this guy a little bit of rest and hope that calms down and they can get him going when the regular season starts.
Absolutely. There is no reason to try to rush him out there and play in a preseason game. And plus, I even said today that, if I were him, I would go down and have a second opinion with noted orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews, the guy that everybody goes to get a second opinion. So if I were Johnny, I would do that. I mean, you don't want to mess around with this elbow. These guys are saying they don't think it's a long-term thing, but you just never know. When a 22-year-old guy has elbow soreness, it's something to take a look at. So we'll keep an eye on that. They brought Pat Devlin in here, a quarterback who played 2 years at Delaware, and he's never taken a snap in an NFL game, but he's a camp arm. He'll be around for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, I'm sure as soon as Johnny gets back, whether it's in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, Pat Devlin probably won't be here. From what we understand, he will not play in the game Saturday unless there's an emergency basis. May play a little bit against Chicago.
That's right. And, by the time they get to Chicago, I could see them shutting down Josh McCown and letting Thad Lewis and Pat Devlin play that game so they can get out of that game healthy and get on to the regular season. We also talked to Terrelle Pryor today. I think we all agreed that he seems a little bit down, a little bit discouraged, although he doesn't want to use that word. But, hey, it's been a long, hard road with this hamstring. He came in here so excited, so ready to make this team as a wide receiver. And now he's got to try to go out and show something in these last two games.
Yeah, I do think that you're right. He had such momentum going into the injury, and then he tries to come out for one practice up in Buffalo, couldn't do it. I mean, he had a rough day. He was talking about how much pain he really was in, and yeah, I mean, it's the old back against the wall now. He's got to come out and do something. I agree with you. If he shows almost anything, I think he's going to make this team.
Well, you know what? First of all, and I asked Joe Hayden this today, if the Browns decide to give up on him, which I don't think they will, if they decide to give up on him because of the hamstring, somebody else is going to take a chance on him. And you would hate to be short-sighted and have the Steelers, from his hometown, or the Bengals, who had him in as a quarterback, have somebody like that pick him up and make something out of him as a wide receiver.
Well, not only that, but let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Of course, if something else happens to one of these quarterbacks, Thad Lewis gets hurt or Josh McCown gets hurt, you've got a guy that knows the offense, that can be an emergency quarterback if you have to. And that, as much as they deny it, that has to be at least running in the back of their mind.
Oh, it has to be. And you know what? I came up with this plan the other day, and they did not listen to me, Tom. I don't know why they don't, but my idea was to shut down Johnny Manziel and to let Terrelle Pryor, if you cannot justify the 53rd roster spot for him, or one of the 53 as a receiver, don't call him anything right now. Put him on the team and let him run the scout team if he had to. So who knows how that will all work out, but he does have the capability of doing that. That gives him an opportunity to heal his hamstring and still contribute to the team in some way. And plenty of teams keep a third quarterback on their roster. So I think it's at least something to think about. We talked to Joe Hayden today. Joe and a lot of other guys are coming back for this game.
Yeah, and again, it's the dress rehearsal game. And Joe was saying, I asked him, I mean, fans sometimes get like, don't you need chemistry? Don't you need to play 2 or 3 games? His point is, let's get one game in. We know this defense. This is our second year in it, except for Tremont Williams. And he thinks they're going to be fine when they get to the Jets on September 13th.
Justin Gilbert won't play. K'Wan Williams won't play. But some key guys are back, including Hayden. That's Tayshaun Gibson, Dwayne Bowe, and Duke Johnson, who I know everyone wants to see. So we'll have all the game info right here on cleveland.com.
Good luck, Rocky Jolly.